not sure if you can hear that. Right guys, what's going on? Welcome back to yet of course another episode of Sa3 TV. I'm feeling good. It's all right weather today, not amazing, but I thought I'd make this film today because it was requested. It was requested 3 times since I mentioned it in my last the video before that about the top mods I did on my Audi S3. So you'll probably realise, okay, right, what I'm going to talk about. So I'm not gonna lie to you, Audi DSGs from stock anyway, from factory, are great. They're very sluggish, very chocolatey feeling. They're very slow. They're not what you expect from an S car. And unfortunately, it breaks my heart to say that. It honestly breaks my heart to say that, but it's so true. It is so true. So I'll talk about the issue I was having. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the previous video about when I'm accelerating. No, I didn't mention it, no. So when I'm accelerating, I put my floor to the ground from idle, so 0 miles an hour, put my floor to the ground, fully to the ground. It goes straight to first gear, holds for like 2 seconds, or 2-3 seconds, then realizes, hold on, I need to go into second gear. So it keeps pushing fuel out, but it's not getting anywhere, and then it'll go into second gear. And I found out the issue was because it's now got more power, the gearbox needs to keep up. So I got in contact with STX Tuning, so make sure to check out their link in my description. I've mentioned them before. He's a really good chap, did me a really good price. It's definitely worth paying him a visit. Like I said, his link's in my description. So let's just talk about what actually happened. So I was talking to him in regards to the problem I was having with my gearbox. It wasn't keeping up with the power, and it was becoming a real problem. So I decided to contact him, speak to him about what he could do with me for my gearbox. He said he would charge me this much amount for a stage 2 DSG map. So he spoke to me. He goes, this will definitely get rid of your problem, and it did. Funny enough, it actually did. It kept up with the performance, so it's definitely added more horsepower. Well, obviously, since I modified it, its power gains are higher, aren't they? Obviously, if you've been watching my previous videos, power gains are higher. Sorry. So I've had to map my DSG to a stage 2. It's helped performance massively. The way this thing goes like that. I'm not sure if you can hear that. This thing is a rocket. Sorry, I keep doing that every single video, and I should seriously stop doing that. What you guys want to hear is what it's like when it's a daily car of mine and using it. And I decided to release this video a little bit later on, and the reason why I decided that is because I had to get used to, with the DSG map, you're probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? But I have to get used to the new map, the way it feels, so I can tell you guys what it's really like. Because I'm not going to make up random stuff about how my car feels, that it's amazing and it's this fast. I'm going to be fully honest with you. I have to be honest with you. So when I'm driving casually, well, I'm just going to a junction now. So when I'm driving casually, I'll be going 20-30 miles an hour, the average speed locally. So let's just do it now. So just a little test. So I'm driving 30 miles an hour, and I'm in 5th gear. So it never used to do that. It used to go all the way up to 4th gear. The only problem with that is that it puts more pressure on the clutch. So obviously DSG's double clutch gearbox, so it puts more pressure onto the gearbox, which does scare me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, Audi have never really cracked that code when it comes to gearboxes. They've always had that long-term problem, and this is what scares me a little bit. But it saved me a heck of a lot of fuel, because instead of revving the hell out of the engine, it's changing gear nicer. And it's also, I'm at 40 miles an hour now. I'm at 15,000 RPM. That's not a lot. That is very little. That is very little, and I'm going 42 miles an hour. I'm in 6th gear now. I'm averaging 1 extra mile, so I'm now averaging 22.3 miles per gallon. Yeah, that's not great at all. that is rubbish. Like I said in the last video, that is rubbish. So normal driving is great. It does worry me a little bit. Like I said, it puts more pressure onto the gearbox. It works harder. But in the long term, as you guys know, I want to get this car up to stage 3, or stage 2 next, and then stage 3. I want the components to keep up with the power that I'm going to be putting into this car. It has to, because I don't want it to go wrong. It's just a complete headache. And so, like I was saying with that, it's great. You know what? It's nice to drive locally. And the one thing I can say is that it's definitely smoother driving locally. So I'm just going a specific route which I normally go when I film. So I'm sweating a little bit. It's a bit hot in the car. So I go the normal route. So I drive quite locally a fair amount. I'll probably drive once or twice on the M25 to work. And it's great. On the M25, it's amazing. It's so smooth. You don't even realise it's changing. You don't realise it's changing gear. But local roads, it's very, very, very nice to drive. It's so smooth. I'll be honest with you, it does kind of feel like chocolate. It's very, I don't know what the word is. It feels a bit too smooth, like very fragile. But he spoke to me and he goes, that's how it's gonna feel. So, of course, putting it in sport. So, as you guys know, I love my S3. I love, you know, dragging the hell out of it. It's so much fun. Forward drive, it's pedal to the floor, and off you go. There's no spinning or nothing. When it's in sport, the guy was right. Yes, it is very, very, very aggressive when you're driving. It doesn't hesitate like it used to. Before it used to hesitate quite a fair amount. It used to rev for 2-3 seconds, then change gear. I can't have that. I can't afford to be having that. For example, later on I'll be going to a track soon, so I'll be doing a 0 to 60 test to see what it's like with the stage 1 with the mods I've currently done to a stage 2 when I'll be getting my induction kit soon. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And also reminds you, make sure to smash that subscribe button. So I need this gearbox to keep up with the power that I'll be pushing out even more later on down the line. So the best part of it actually is now, which I love the most about this car. When it's in sport, it's great. It's really, really good. Performance wise, of course, it changes gear within a second. The best part of it, you can actually feel the gear change. I'm not sure if I'm exaggerating or not, but I can actually feel the gear change a little bit, and I'm hoping it's not broken because this has been broken a couple of times. Bloody hell. So it goes all the way to 7,500 RPM. Then it goes, oh my god. And it pops and bangs. Right, I should stop doing that, seriously. Right, so performance wise, yes, it keeps up. Yes, it's great. It's amazing. So I thought I'd make just a really quick vlog to you, just to kind of explain why I actually mapped it and the benefits of it, of course. I hope that's been beneficial to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Kind of found, you know what I said to you may have convinced you to map your gearbox. I don't know. Depends on what you're doing with the car. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and stay tuned for, of course, yet another episode soon, which will be coming out, which will be the stage 2 of the S3. Check out STX Tuning in the link in my description. I hope you guys stay safe, and also let's get to 300 subscribers. Take care.